and welcome to this next video of mine. We're going to do today a tier list ranking of all the ace specs from the Gen 9 of Pokemon TCG. We're not going to do the old ones because, in all fairness, nobody plays Expanded, and we're just going to look at the actual meta impact on how the game functions with these ace spec cards. I'm Steve. That's Michael.
Hello.
Also known as Poison Ghoul.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're just going to go into it, and we're going to start. Where are we going to start? We'll go with the most commonly known one, Prime Catcher.
Yeah.
Hold on. Might help if I actually open the tier list and not the picture of the tier list on the OBS. So yeah, Prime Catcher. Fairly well known card.
Yeah, it seems to hit the spotlight so far because me and Steve we entered the pre-release for Temporal Forces. Only one person that we do know of hits the Prime Catcher as soon as they get their pre-release kit box. But as soon as they used it, it turns out to be proven to be quite good actually, because most decks like Dialga and Lostina as well includes those cards. Because what it does basically, it's like Boss and the State Rope in a way.
We'll get that in a moment.
Yeah.
But here's a better. Here's an image of Prime Catcher.
Yeah.
I'm going to go too close because it'll probably blur up. But it's an item card. It's an item card ace spec. And it reads, switch in one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active spot. If you do, switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon.
Which essentially is quite a good card. Because you're just switching in like a Pokemon that's quite vulnerable, and you're able to then switch in one of your good main attackers that you've pretty much set up your board with. So then you can just completely control the meta game, therefore win the prize race, etc.
Yeah.
So
especially if your opponent is gonna if your opponent's got not promoting their one utility EX card or V star or something that they only have in there to use a V star power and then sit on the bench, or something like Gardevoir, which only sits on the bench and charges up energy to the actual attackers.
Yeah.
You can Prime Catcher, you can pull out that utility EX and get a kill on it quickly, or if they don't have the utility with which to retreat it, you can just trap something that they can't pull out.
For example, you can, because they include Radiant Greninja for a Jaw Engine, so what you could do is, if they don't have any energies to spread out from Discord, or perhaps maybe have any switching utilities like Switch Cart and Switch and all that, you can basically just Prime Catcher just to force that Greninja to be locked from being able to retreat.
Yeah.
Other than that, but if nonetheless, if they have any Professor Turo scenario or Penny cards, that's only one of those cards as a supporter, as an option to try and get yourself locked free. But regardless, Prime Catcher, I would say, it would definitely be S tier.
Yeah, it's definitely S. And I mean the fact that the price point for Prime Catcher is so much higher than any other of
it's
the current.
It's up in price in pre-release, but then again, it's shot down, but not too much, because it was £40 at one point. But now it's gone down to in the range of between 20 and 30. Yeah,
about 25-30 normally. That's what I noticed when I was looking yesterday before I got mine. So
I would definitely say Prime Catcher is definitely an S.
Prime Catcher's an S, easily an S.
100% an S.
So what we'll do is we'll go and we'll look at a sort of pair of ace specs together.
Yeah.
We'll look at where is it? Reboot Pod and Awakening Drum.
Yes.
And we'll look at these two together purely because one is for Ancient and one is for Future.
Which is an archetype in the meta format of Standard as we speak, because Temporal Forces and Paradox Rift, if you rather, actually do have Ancient cards and Future cards.
Yeah, and I don't think they're stopping with them either. Well, they're not, because Twilight Masquerade has Iron Thorns and Screamtail EX and stuff. So we can, but the point we're doing is that they're maybe good for those decks, but they're they're very limited by the fact that they're only in those decks.
Yeah, I mean, they're very limited. For example, because Awakening Drum, right? You're basically drawing cards for each ancient Pokemon in play on your board.
Yeah.
So if you have like a full bench and an active, you just basically draw 6 cards.
You draw 6. But if you're not playing an ancient deck where you don't have much ancient cards, it's very much not viable.
But people would beg to differ, knowing that it does like draw them some good stuff, but in many other cases possible, if you just like use the A-Spec, knowing that you're running Ancient Box, then you're just not going to be able to do much damage as you think you would, because then there's cards you want to discard in the discard pile.
Yeah, you want to discard. Of course, yeah, because the other thing with that is it is an ancient card itself.
Yes.
So it will be contributing to Roaring Moon's damage.
Damage input for like each ancient card.
Yeah, so the point is we really can't go be putting it in S because it's
not really that consistency worthy. So
it's a good card, but it's a good card in one deck.
So I would say definitely C tier.
I'd say probably B because it's very good for the
B tier then.
For the deck it's in.
I mean B tier's okay.
I'd say, however, Reboot Pod I think is a C.
Yeah, I mean, you're just basically attaching each basic energy in your discard to each of your future type Pokemon.
Yeah, you attach one energy in your discard to each of your future Pokemon. Future decks normally, even if you've got a full bench of
all future Pokemon, you're just basically going to have to attach like 6 each basic energies to all of your future Pokemon. You
have to attach one each.
One each.
And the Iron Crowns don't want energy on them.
No, they don't want it.
You're just wanting to attach energy to Iron Hands and attack with it. And Reboot Pod is it? I mean, if you could attach them to anything you like in any.
I mean, there is Iron Leaves, for example.
Well, yeah. The best future hand stacks isn't even using leaves, so it's.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking maybe Iron Leaves would have seen play, but knowing that Reboot Pod's a thing, but yeah, that doesn't really count up to how well it does. So
yeah,
I
think it's a C anyway.
Yeah, just it stays in the C tier.
It's got some utility in deck.
Yeah.
Master Ball.
Oh, Master Ball's a really great card.
I think Master Ball.
You put it in A tier because basically you get to search for a Pokemon card. Literally a Pokemon. It doesn't say, discard another card, or discard 2 cards, or put it on the bench. You basically search for a Pokemon card. Doesn't matter if it's stage 1 or 2, or V-Star, or whatever.
Or just any Pokemon at all.
It's just any Pokemon.
With no downside at all. It's a single-use search deck for any Pokemon you like in your hand. Lugia loves it.
Yeah.
Lugia adores this. But we'll be getting to better cards for Lugia shortly. But yeah, Master Ball is one of the 2 A-Specs that has been returned from the previous iteration of A-Specs, and it was I mean, back then everyone just always played computer search, but we'll get to a card shortly that's going to show why we're probably not going to.
If that turns out to be a returning A-Spec card, would have been the next set. That would have been nice.
I think with one we're going to get to shortly, I think that just proves that we're not going to get.
I mean, unless they come up with something to make it make a comeback, but I don't think that would be likely any next few sets.
Yeah, but so we've got at least one in most of the things, but I think D's about to get something now because Neo Upper Energy.
It's pretty much self-explanatory, but no, it just does not work within the format that we have right now.
You're not going to use your one A-Spec alliance for a deck on this. There's no deck, even in stage 2 decks, like Gardevoir is a stage 2 deck.
Yeah. But there's bound to be a Greninja EX deck that can be good with that.
Possibly, but I don't. But
we wouldn't change it as of now because it's pretty much at the moment garbage.
Yeah,
so.
It's. But also, you're not going to use your one A-Spec for your deck on Neo Upper Energy just to give a stage 2 to Rainbow Energies, essentially. There's much better options for just about every deck.
But I would be surprised if there were to be a stage 2 deck that actually runs this specific energies. Otherwise, I don't know how well they would do with upper Neo energy regardless.
I don't think even Greninja needs it, because Greninja is 170 for 1 energy. You don't need 2 energy for Greninja.
I mean, true, but you would only need it whenever it is necessary to use it, say, for its second move. But I'm not so, like, 100% keen on the A-Spec itself, because it's a special energy, like, with
Yeah. So yeah, no, Neo upper energy. The fact that, like, as far as, like, A-Specs go, this is your bulk.
Yep.
If you pull this is the one you're disappointed to pull if you open.
Yeah, you'd be severely disappointed.
What else we got? Right, we've got 2 tool cards.
Yep.
Now we have Hero's Cape.
I would say A tier.
Because this ever since Rotation, Gardevoir found its new lease of life with Screamtail and Drifloon, and players will run Luxurious Cape.
Yeah.
Give it 100 extra hit points, but they give up 1 more prize.
Which is a problem, because it's an extra prizer for your vulnerable card that you're basically comboing with Gardevoir EX, because if you don't know Psychic Embrace, you put 2 damage towers for each Psychic type energy you attach to that Psychic type Pokemon. However, Luxurious Cape would be even worse, because you're just giving them an extra prize.
Yeah.
Now that we've gone to the topic of V-Specs, Hero's Cape, it does not give you an extra prize for your opponent, which is nice and spicy. And it's 100 HP also.
100 extra hit points, and the purpose of it in Gardevoir is just to put more energy on your Drifloons and more energy on your Screamtails, so that they can deal more damage with their attacks, because their attack damage scales off the amount of damage they're taking themselves.
Exactly.
So giving these things more hit points with which to attack off of, and Gardevoir can just hit from attacks from the discard as much as it likes, Gardevoir.
Yes, I can raise. You basically just do it as often as you like, but you put damage counters for each one that you attach to any of the second type Pokemon. Yeah. So you basically say you attach 5, you give them 100, and 4, 8. It's pretty self-explanatory at this rate.
Yeah, if Drifloon's taking 100 damage, they're doing 200.
Yes.
With their balloon.
Oh no, Drifloon does 30 for each damage counter.
30 for each damage counter, so it's 200 for 100. If they're taking 100 damage.
No, 3. 30 for each damage counter. So
20. Oh yeah, it's 30 for each one.
Yeah, Balloon Blast.
It's Balloon Blast, Screamtail does 20 for each.
Yeah, 20. Counter, but then it's Drifloon that does 30.
Yeah.
Because Balloon Blast, if you don't know, if you have like 100 damage, you're doing 300.
Which, other than other stage 2 EXs, is pretty much going to kill just about everything.
Yeah.
And really, if you're facing against a stage 2 EX, you just put another damage counter on it. Just attach that extra energy with the Gardevoir, and that's going to hit for 360, which will kill anything in the game,
including the Charizard EX if set up right.
Yep. The other one we've got the other Maximum Belt. I think it's Charizard's.
Oh yeah, it's in the Charizard deck. So yeah, definitely an A tier, because Charizard, if you don't already know, right? Because if you're already set up with Charizard and none of your opponents have taken any prize cards, right? You're basically doing 180, which is hard to knock out any basic EX Pokemon. Say Shenpao, it has 220, but you're doing 180. But when it comes to Maximum Belt, you're doing 50 extra. So that's just going to give Charizard EX the maximum damage of 230 instantly. So you're able to knock out any Roaring Moons, any Shenpaos. Would you rather?
Yeah, Shenpaos, Roaring Moons, Iron Valiants.
Yeah, definitely.
In a
Iron Hands as well?
Iron Hands is 230, isn't it?
Yeah, 230. Yeah.
230. So yeah, you're gonna knock out an Iron Hands as well. Any basic EX will fall to a Charizard with a Maximum Belt on it.
But if your opponent takes one prize card, right, if I'm correct, 30 and plus the 50, you knock out any like V-Stars that have 270 HP. 260,
because it's one prize would be 260.
Yeah,
260. But yeah, no, obviously with Charizard, the more prizes your opponent's taking, the more damage Charizard does. But obviously the risk of giving out prizes, but with Maximum Belt it's going to start off at 230 and then knock out easily. So that's the tier list of all the ones that have been released in English so far. That's the That's the Temporal Forces one. So we move into the ones that we've not yet seen in English now.
Apart from some that are fan favorite return.
Well, yes, yeah. So we'll do that one first, I guess. Scoop Up Cyclone. Scoop Up Cyclone is basically it's return one Pokemon and all the cards attached to it.
Back into your hand.
Back into your hand.
So basically pick up any Pokemon in play that has any damage on it, or that has any tool cards or anything like that. Back in your hand.
Back in your hand.
This is A-Spec is basically the reiteration of Penny,
it's similar to Penny, except Penny can only pick up a basic.
Yes.
The Scoop Up Cyclone can pick up literally any Pokemon that you've got on the bench. But I don't know if any decks would use it over
control decks. Because control decks would definitely most likely be after.
I suppose Snorlax, Scholar, Great Tusk, Mill would probably use Scoop Up Cyclone to pick up any damaged Snorlaxes or Great Tusks or anything just to reset any damage on their brick walls. And yeah, so I mean, I think it's sort of good.
Scoop Up Cyclone is actually quite good anyway. So
I think
arguably, I think it will be B tier.
A B, yeah.
Because mainly, I think control decks will focus on that Ace-Pack more.
Yeah, I think that's a valid point. Yeah. So yeah, we'll put Scoop Up Cyclone in B.
Yeah.
Just for the utility in this control decks.
Mm-hmm.
We've now got one of the most broken cards ever. And this is we're going to put that there.
It's immediately an S tier.
It's S just because on the unfair stamp you can only play if you took a knockout last turn and if your opponent took a prize. Or no, it's not even if they took a prize. It's just if they knocked out a Pokemon last turn.
Yes.
Both hands shuffle their players into their decks. The player who played the unfair stamp draws 5, and the opponent draws 2.
Which is this is exactly like how we used to have Marnie 2 years ago. But think of this: you're just basically using a card that will just basically be extremely unfair to the opponent, giving them 2 while we have 5.
That's why it's called unfair stamp.
Yeah,
and it's not really limited to late game like Roxanne is. Because Roxanne requires your opponent to have taken 3 prizes before you can play it. But this one you can play this. You can do your setup. Your opponent gets their first turn. If they knock out something first turn, you can then just go, fine, I'll play unfair stamp. And the argument could be, but you have to draw the unfair stamp. You're going to draw the unfair stamp. You're going to draw the unfair stamp easily. There's too much. Arvin sees so much play. You can just play Arvin, grab an unfair stamp. If you don't have an Arvin, you got Luminion, grab an Arvin, grab your unfair stamp.
And then just basically let your opponent suffer with only 2 cards that they can draw. It's one of the ones that's going to probably see a lot of play. Control might play this as well. Yeah, arguably.
Control can play this, because obviously the whole idea is keep your opponent minimal. If they've only got 2 cards in their hand,
because all they want to do is make sure they run out of item cards or possibly utility cards that they need to use.
Yeah. And if they've got no cards in their hand, then I mean people who have been Iono'd down to 2 know all too well it's very difficult to come back from. We're very glad we don't see this unfair stamp.
But the scenario being if you were to get Iono'd, then you have the unfair stamp ready. You're just basically going to have to let your opponent suffer the indignity of getting 2 and then 5. But that's only like a low % chance of that happening.
Yeah. But the other thing I was going to say is, you ever been so glad to have lost Path to the Peak?
I mean, yeah.
You're actually being Path unfair.
Yeah.
Unfair stamp and then Path.
No, that would be too broken anyway, because Path to the Peak, if it were still in format, you would be able to, not have any abilities at all.
No abilities and no hand.
Yeah, you have nothing. You have nothing.
Yeah. So that's easily an S tier card. It's going to be so broken. It's going to see so much play when Twilight Masquerade comes out. This is going to be the search, the chase spec, I suppose, for
chase spec, yes.
The chase spec for so many people when Twilight Masquerade comes out. There's this one is Survival Brace.
Oh, this one is really good apparently, but I'm not really so certain about how well it will do, because Roaring Moon is not so good anymore, right? Because what this A-Spec basically does is...
Hold on. Survival Brace is essential if the Pokemon it's attached to has full HP and would be knocked out. It's not knocked out, and its HP stays at 10 HP. And then you discard the Survival Brace. So basically it stops your opponent. It stops the attached Pokemon being knocked out, which means you're denying opponents prizes, which I suppose is another one for control. Especially, I don't think there's not much attacking decks that are going to play this, because honestly, there's just better options for attacking decks.
I mean, they could arguably like attach that, say, to a because it says for a Pokemon, right? It's
a tool card, so it's just the Pokemon it's attached to.
Okay, yeah. So if it were to be attached to, say, for example, a Pidgeot EX, because there's a Pidgeot control deck. What it can do is then, they're able to like ramp up damage with Charizard for like 330, and then with that they are not able to like knock it out, and it will live on 10 HP.
Yeah.
So ironically enough, I would say, I think it would be a C tier.
Yeah, I think it's a C. Just it's there's just better things for most decks to use. And control can run it.
Control can run it, yeah.
Control can run it, and prize denial is.
But do you think Ancient Box might run it?
No, because Ancient Box is just going to run Awakening Drum.
Yeah.
The next one. We'll do Hyper Aroma.
Hyper Aroma,
I don't think is great.
It's not really so great, because what you're doing is searching your
search your deck for three stage 1 Pokemon and put them in your hand, and that's it.
Oh no, wait, Goldango might run it though, because it's a stage 1.
I suppose it might, but
yeah. Because if you have like 3 gimme golds on the start of your first turn, then after the next turn you draw that, you basically search your Goldengos.
Search your Goldengos, and then you can get your draw off of that. So yeah, I suppose it's good for Goldango.
So I would say
B for there.
Yeah, arguably B tier, yes.
Goldango can do that. I suppose can't really see much more for Goldango. Yeah, I mean you got a point. There's not much really like other ones like Goldango would want over that. There's no,
because coin bonus, you want to get that draw consistency engine while also doing more damage with energies in your hand. So regardless, you would I'm going to search my deck with Hyper Aroma for 3 Goldengos and evolve them. So you're just instantly doing more.
You can puff it. You can buddy puffing out the gimme goals.
Yeah.
Or nest ball at the gimme goals, and then you can Hyper Aroma and grab your Goldengos and then start drawing with coin bonuses,
which is pretty fun. We should go.
We'll do Secret Box.
Yes.
Secret Box is discard 3 cards from your hand, search your deck for an item, a tool, a supporter, and a stadium, and put them on your hand. So it's discard 3 cards, which very costly card. Very, very costly card, if we're honest. And it's going to be it's a consistency boost to specific Lugia. Sort of. You discard Archeops with Secret Box, and then you grab all your setup stuff for Lugia.
So you have 2 Archeops, and then you're discarding a random card which you don't think you need, and then you're just basically searching all 3 cards of what it says on the A-Spec itself.
4 cards into hand.
4 cards,
like stadiums. I don't know what Lugia does in stadium stuff.
I'm not sure what the stadiums may be, but apparently one of them may be Clap Stadium. Maybe.
Possibly, I don't know. Supporter, you can grab Arvin.
You can definitely grab Arvin with that.
And then you can grab more things. Secret Box definitely is Lugia's friend, especially because Lugia can struggle with consistency sometimes it can brick, sometimes the secret box is definitely a big boost to the consistency. And once
because
again,
what you don't want is having all archeops prized, and then that would be like a big, massive problem.
yeah, and if you think they're priced, well, you can grab Heavy Ball off the secret box.
Yeah.
And and again, like we said with Unfair Stamp, it's not a matter of, oh, I might not draw this when I need it, but you can Orphan this as well.
Yeah.
So I think because it's not something for every deck, but it is very good.
It's a really nice card, to be fair. You're just starting free cards, and you're just instantly grabbing all the utility cards that it says for you to grab that you need, which is pretty nice.
I mean, like short form for this is discard 3 crabs.
Discard 3 crabs.
My brain's not working, guys. Discard 3 cards and get your setup done.
He just turned into a cloth at this point. Okay, yeah.
That's crabby.
Yeah. Okay, now we have.
You know what's funny is there's so many creators that would edit that out of the video. Not here. We're gonna put that up. We're gonna put the entire video. I'm not editing this at all. It's just going up as is.
Or somebody could edit a cloth on his face and then just do the action.
I'll probably edit in just some crabby.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got one more A-Spec, and it's no.
Yeah.
Legacy and energy. As long as it's attached to a Pokemon, it provides every type of energy, but only one energy at a time. And if the Pokemon it's attached to is knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack, take an extra prize. Take one
last prize.
Yeah, you take one last prize.
Take a pure prize.
Take one last prize card.
I mean, it's only only good if Iron Hand is built up and you can't let it take another prize. But it is very rubbish regardless, because you're just attaching it to a Pokemon, and you can't have any more than that, because basically what you're doing is, if you have a 2 prize Pokemon and you attach it to that, you're basically denying 1 prize, but they still take 1 prize regardless.
It's much like Neo Upper Energy. You're wasting your A-Spec if this is what you choose.
Because the A-Spec again is an energy, so why would you want to grab an energy that's an A-Spec card with a pink border and just attach it to a Pokemon and go, yeah, this is a really overpowered card, which is anticlimactic in its name, because Neo Upper Energy, again, it doesn't really feel useful at all, so that's why we put it in D tier. But Legacy Energy as well, being the most useless card as well, because you're just letting your opponent take one less prize than usual than from two prizer cards, say Roblox Pokemon like Shenpao, Roaring Moon, Iron Hands, etc.
Yeah, but in any case, that's our tier list. That's of course this is just our dumb opinions. So just if you feel we've put something too high or too low, feel free.
Or if you have any different opinions that go against that, and then you want to share your opinion with us, then feel free to leave that in the comments below.
Leave it in the comments below. Yeah, we're always, but please be nice.
Try not to be.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be too mean, is what I'm about to say. I mean, you can be mean, if it's only just because it's humor worthy, but don't be mean like it's too personal. Okay, that's all I have to say.
Yes. But yeah, no. Like I said, this is just what we're doing. So what we've got at the moment. Obviously, everything's subject to change as decks come out, and things can come out which may promote the usage of these cards, make them more viable or less viable over time. And obviously we may revisit this come a year's time, or once every A-Spec that we're going to get comes out, we can revisit this and see.
Yeah, we can basically revisit and basically change the way the tier list is based on our opinions on the A-Spec itself and how successful it may be.
Yep, and then but that'll do for now. I think the next video will probably end up being another pre-release promo video. When they announce the pre-release promos for Twilight Masquerade,
yep,
we can do a better version of that last one I did for the Temporal Forces ones, and look at those and see how they'll operate in the pre-release meta.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But for now, that's going to do it for this video, because we're going to go back and play some Magic, and there's a dancing fool behind us.
I'm supposed to be a crab.
there's a crab behind us.
Yeah. As you can see. Ignore the crab. It's
Tegan being a crab.
Shut up, Michael! I'm the comedy!
Quite humorous.
That's it for now anyway. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye!